Last year, the Samsung Notebook 9 Pro was one of our favorite Ultrabooks and one of the very few to receive a perfect score. That's a hard fact to follow, but we think the new 13-inch 2019 Samsung Notebook 9 Pro stands to outshine its predecessor with a sleeker, more premium design and much faster processor. The biggest difference you instantly recognized about the new Samsung Notebook 9 Pro is its textured edges that look like a stack of chromed edges when viewed from the side. It is a novel design flourish we really haven't seen on any other laptops, and it makes the notebook look like an actual book when closed. Along these fashionable edges, you'll also find a pair of Thunderbolt 3 ports, a USB Type-C connector and a micro SD slot. The new design of the Notebook 9 Pro is decidedly edgier. The radii of the corners turn at sharper angles and the top of the bottom of the notebook are also now completely flat. It's a design we think looks better than the last iteration, and it removes the dark bill-shaped gap that used to be there whenever you converted its predecessor into a tablet mode. One thing users might not appreciate is the Samsung Notebook 9 Pro built-in stowable stylus has been replaced by an active pen. On the plus side, this new virtual pen offers 4,000 levels of pressure on par with the best Surface devices and everyone else. However, there is no pen holder included, and Samsung hasn't included out a magnetic way of stowing it. For those who rarely miss the embedded stylus, there's always the Samsung Notebook 9 pen. Another big challenge from last year's model is the minimal screen bezels we loved before. They are now even thinner. The 13.3-inch laptop now sports a full HD display with borders only measuring 6.7mm thick. Now, if only Samsung could do something about that thick bottom bezel. The keyboard has been loosened up now, or as Samsung tells us, comprehensively redesigned to be more spacious and eliminate the gaps in between individual keys. The keys themselves offer a poppy typing experience despite their shallow level of key travel. The touchpad still feels responsive, even if the size of it is a little more conservative next to the virtual coasters you will find on the latest MacBook Air. Speaking of the MacBook Air, this laptop outthins its 0.61-inch thick Apple rival with dimensions of only 12.1 by 8.1 by 0.55 inches. It's not nearly as light, 2.84 pounds. But we don't think carrying around this laptop will really strain your back. With this refresh, Samsung has gifted its latest Notebook 9 Pro with an 8th generation Intel Whiskey Lake Core i7-8565U quad-core processor that clocks in at 1.8 GHz to 4.6 GHz. That's a nice step up from the Kaby Lake refresh Intel Core i7-6550U that powered last year's model and only boosted up to 4.0 GHz. Other system specs include 8 GB of RAM and 256 GB to round out a pretty competent Ultrabook. In terms of battery life, Samsung says you can expect up to 14 hours of usage. That seems a little optimistic, so we'll have to double check the company's claims in our full review. Samsung has only said that Notebook 9 Pro will be available in early 2019 without disclosing a price, but we imagine it will cost close to 1K if not in excess of that. For the most part, the Notebook 9 Pro feels like a step in the right direction. Its classier looks and tighter aesthetic gives it a presence that Samsung's top-shelf laptops have been missing. This machine looks and feels like a premium product that should be held in the same regards as the MacBooks, Surfaces and XPS of the world. Now, the only question is whether it has the performance and battery life to back up these good looks. We will know soon enough when we review the Samsung Notebook 9 Pro when it eventually releases. Do well to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. For notifications on our latest videos, you can click the little bell, and you can also check out the links to the product in the description, as well as leave your comments and questions below. We shall see you in our next video.